something about the Dutchman, which is a cool nickname, by the way. This man fights like a retard on a short bus. And hey, Strikers, I respect you for that because you fight like a f***ing maniac. But I won that fight and I'm gonna win this fight, so f***ing saddle up and let's get it done.
Yeah, I fight like somebody on the short bus, but you look like the driver.
Well, you know, guys, I did drop out of elementary school, so here we are.
Because you're not allowed near kids with that look anymore.
Whatever adult allows Conor McGregor to return with the same exact injury that Chris Weidman had. Now, Chris Weidman being possibly the most disciplined guy in the sport, Conor being the most undisciplined guy in the sport. Chris Weidman doing everything right, from rehab to taking his time to focusing to being at home at night and going to bed and getting rest on his leg. He did everything right and did not return as somebody that could follow the basic rule, which was to protect himself at all times, right? That hindered repaired leg was that big of an obstacle. But we're supposed to believe that Conor not only can return from the same thing, he can return better. And we think he's going to be better because we're not booking him in 3-round fights. We're booking him exclusively in 5-round main events. So he is going to have to perform at a much higher level than the All-American. Ariel, the laws of logic disqualify that. The basic rule is protect yourself at all times. Conor McGregor is not in a position with anybody under contract at the UFC to protect himself at all times. It's a silly proposition, and that is just the truth. That is just the truth. Like, there's not another way to say it. I also want in on the Conor business. I also want to cover him and have him back. It's different when he's there. I acknowledge the fun, but if you're talking about any level of responsibility, you can't book him, and you definitely can't book him in a 5-round fight. That's insane.
I'm super excited about this new journey, this new venture in my MMA career and really just my fight career as a whole. I've signed with GFL, the Global Fight League. I know that there's been announcements and a lot of people have talked about it, but you haven't heard it from me. So I just wanted to let you all know I am super excited about this new challenge with GFL. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of my fans. I truly couldn't do it without you, you know, starting at age 20 in boxing and having a decade of a boxing career before I even decided to start a whole new career in MMA, and all my fans encouraging me the whole way, just telling me to get after it. I appreciate you and I have so much love for you. You know, fighting here locally and then even once with Bellator, fought with LFA and then got the title with LFA and went to the UFC, got to fight for a title. Super thankful. I have so much love for the UFC and everything that has been in my path to this date, and I'm just excited for this new challenge, and I will be in fight camp soon, so stay tuned.
When I fought Sean Strickland, and this was something that we were able to see and break down, is don't try to hit his head. Don't swing for his head. And you saw that Dricus is trying to hit his head, and you just can't hit his head because when Sean is upright in his stance and he leans back, you just can't land a flush shot at his head because of that style. It's very, very difficult to hit him in the face. So what we did, we focused on his body. I went to his body, but then obviously you mix it up and you go for the takedowns as well. And that makes it a lot easier to get to a guy like Sean Strickland.
Oh boy's finally out of the apex, son. Oh boy's finally out of the apex, son. Put me in front of a crowd, Dana White. Son. I don't know how to say it. It's like Des Moines, I'm butchering this up bad. It's in Iowa, May 3rd. And I'm dang sure not trying to say this cat's name. He's a Korean tiger guy. I don't know. But he likes to freaking crowd. I'm so with it, dude. I'm so with it.
The UFC title is considered by some to be kind of the key to everything. It opens a lot of doors. Dana has said that before. It's kind of the master key to a lot of doors, not from a fighting perspective.
You know what it is? If you're a fucking shill, if you're a fucking like my boy Izzy, and you want to go suck off the China government, and you don't have 1 ounce of freedom of speech or dignity, it opens up a lot of doors. I mean, hell, like, you know, how many, what like the UFC's buddy with Saudi Arabia now? I shouldn't say this, dude, but I mean, look at my boy Vivek. We're like, I could be wrong when I say this, but we're like a significant amount of like the 9/11 guys. Saudi, did they have Saudi passports? Is that what it was? Was that? Are you backing them up, right? I think that's what it was. And then the crazy thing about that, guys. The crazy thing about that, Saudi Arabia, you know, you seem like a real great people, and you gave us a lot of money, so thank you. I'm sure you lined my paycheck, and I appreciate that. But then they get off a plane, and they go and they randomly run into a guy from, like, the intelligence agency, and they go and stay with him. So it's like, I am such an American mother. Like, you guys don't understand, dude. If there is ever a revolutionary war, civil war, I will lead this motherfucker. I love America. I bleed red, white, and fucking blue. And it is not in line with these corporate fucking shield fucks. So until then, dude, thanks for the paycheck, UFC, but no one's giving me fucking money. I gotta Google it. Before I get out of here, I gotta stand the record correct. How many of the 9/11 hijackers from Saudi?
According to Wikipedia, the aircraft hijackers in the September 11th attacks were 19 men affiliated with jihadist organization Al-Qaeda. They hailed from 4 countries. 15 of them were citizens of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, there we are. So, you guys, I'm just, like I said, you guys, the level of American in me, it goes so fucking deep. I would, in a heartbeat, Revolutionary War.
Thanks for joining me today. This next fight for me is a personal one, but it's not just for me. It's for every American who's ever been bullied, robbed, or deceived. It's arguably the most important fight of my career. My next opponent will be the American healthcare system. I'll be joining Power to the Patients to take on hospitals, PBMs, and insurance companies that refuse to show us their prices so that they can overcharge us while raking in enormous profits. We should know that an MRI could cost $600 or $6,000 so that we can avoid overpaying. In America, we shouldn't have to advocate for honesty and accountability in healthcare, but here we are. It's time we all fight for real prices and transparency in healthcare. God bless America, and power to the patients.
Hours later.
This next fight for me is a personal one. It's arguably the most important fight of my career. My next opponent will be the American healthcare system.